Hello, welcome to Discovering the World of Natural Health. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. We at Remedy This Naturally, 1140 Benvenue Road here in Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, are here for you to learn and understand that God's pharmacy has something to offer His creation. And you and I are His creation, made in the image and likeness of God. And He loved us enough that He wanted our companionship to be never ending. And we human beings have a problem. And that problem is we think we can do a better job than God can. And therefore, guess what happened to the people that were instrumental in having the Garden of Eden? They got the butt kicked out. So today's program is really neat. This is actually a day that, or evening, depending on when you're watching this, that is important for you to make some notes. Don't just listen because they say what we listen to is gone about that quick. If we write it down and listen to it, it'll hold on a little bit longer. But what I want to do is help you understand how and why and what for that can be possible with what is there in the natural realm and what can benefit us. So I want to just to start with on the program, I'm going to just take a product. And this product I've got right here is called Kylolic. Okay? It's aged garlic extract. That's what we got, aged garlic. Now, in here, it also has vitamin E, cayenne, and hawthorne. Now, let's talk about each ingredient that's in this product, Kylolic. First of all, most people get excited about this product because it is quote-unquote odorless. It is not taking garlic and said, oh my God, I can't be around nobody, I can't go nowhere, and they smell me coming, so I don't have to announce myself. We can take this, and on here it says Kylolic aged garlic extract. So we got an extract of garlic in this product, and it is a capsule. And it begins with 100% of organically grown garlic from California. It is then aged to perfection in a unique extraction process to eliminate odor and create beneficial compounds found only in this one particular product called Kylolic. This unique combination of vitamins, herbs, and aged garlic extract help maintain healthy circulation. The rivers of blood flowing through our body is critical for us to be able to have circulation, taking stuff to the cells, taking stuff away from the cells, and getting them in one of our elimination channels. That's important. Aged garlic extract helps maintain healthy circulation. That's important. Cholesterol levels already within normal range and overall heart health. Take the best, Kylolic aged garlic extract, the most scientifically researched highest quality and best-selling odorless, and I like what they say about this, sociable garlic. Sociable garlic. You don't have to worry about it. Aroma getting rid of some people. Okay? So, let's talk about it for a little bit. Let's take first ingredient, and we're going to talk about garlic. That cool? I think so. And it says in here, garlic gala. Now, I went, for your information, as I call it, I went digging up bones. I went back and I wanted to find something out. And so I went back and I got one of my old books, and I want to show you that signed edition, and basically it says "Stay Healthy, Earl Mendel." So that one is the same way, and I also have the vitamin book. That one's been signed by Earl Mendel as well. You know, he actually was in Rocky Mount years ago. Don't remember exactly what year it was, but this particular book here, where'd it go? Don't lose your page now. You have trouble finding it. Let me go over here and see when it was produced. 1991. And I believe this one was in 92. Make sure. Yeah. The Vitamin Bible was 91, and the Herbal book was in 1992. And we're in 2020. Okay? So you got basically, 29 years ago? So this information has been there. This information has to offer you and me some good stuff. So let's talk about first. Item is the garlic. And since 1979, Gilroy, California, known as the garlic capital of the world, and you'll also notice that this is talking about in 1992, and you'll notice that when I read this a minute ago, it says this was California garlic. Okay? Got it. And since 1979, Gilroy, California, known as the garlic capital of the world, has hosted the annual Garlic Festival. In celebration of the annual Garlic Festival, the event, which is held the last weekend in July, 3-day gourmet food and wine tasting party drawing more than 140,000 garlic fans. Now look, folks, this garlic we're talking about there is not the odorless kind. So, all right, 90% of the U.S. garlic crop is grown in Gilroy and its environs. American humorist Will Rogers, you're probably going to need to go Google that. Will Rogers, Google it. Yeah, a long time back. Probably never heard it, never knew this name before. But good sense of humor, clean fun. Will Rogers once described Gilroy as the, listen carefully, only town in America where you can marinate a steak by hanging it on the clothesline. So, fantastic. So we're talking about it a little bit here. You know, this is so good to help bring you some history, to bring you some knowledge and information, and it has been sound information, powerful information, healing information. Okay? And tested, tried, and true. Let's talk about garlic. May be the wonder drug of the herbal world. Now wait a minute. How can garlic be a wonder drug? The ancient Egyptians not only worshiped garlic, but fed it to their slaves to keep them healthy for good reason. They were invested in the slaves, giving them garlic to keep them so they'd be in the best repair to be able to do the job that was put before them. This amazing herb does everything, listen carefully, does everything from aid in the treatment of ear infection, garlic oil, ear infection. I remember growing up, and you know, the neat thing about it is you got to taste it as well too, because you would lay on your side and you put the garlic in your ear, and it's going to run down the eustachian tube, and it's going to end up in the back of the throat there, and you're going to taste it. But it says treatment of ear infection to help prevent heart disease and cancer. We're still talking about garlic. It has even been used to treat tuberculosis with good results. Biologist Louis Pasteur put garlic to the test by putting a few cloves in a petri dish full of bacteria. Much of his surprise, he discovered that garlic could indeed kill troublesome microorganisms. And that, you need to understand, was Louis Pasteur. I'm giving you some stuff to check out. I'm giving you some homework here, because this is not modern, up-to-date 2020 information. But it's still pertinent to 2020 because it still does the same thing it did back in 1992 when the book was written by Earl Mendel. Still effective. Still has the same claims. Still can get the same results. I told you, get your pencil, paper, write it down, folks. You don't want this to slip through your fingers. I'm just bringing aged garlic, aged people, aged to current. Now, back in 1950s, Dr. Albert Schweitzer used garlic to treat cholera, typhus, amoebic dysentery while working as a missionary in Africa. During both world wars, before the availability of antibiotics, garlic was used on the battlefield to disinfect wounds and prevent gangrene. In fact, Soviet Army relied so heavily on garlic that it earned the name. What do you think the name was? It was actually called Russian penicillin, by just using garlic to help with that on the battlefield, kill bacteria, kill infection. Garlic, powerful, folks. Very, very powerful enough to be called Russian penicillin. Isn't it neat to be able to know you can actually go and pick up in a retail store cloves of garlic. You can buy concentrated garlic. You can buy liquid garlic. All in all, I would suggest that you have garlic on hand. We also have it in capsule form. We have it in what we're talking about and what we started the program off with today. And that is, we're talking about garlic, odorless in this particular instance. The other ingredients in there, we're getting around to that as well, and helping you understand why it's so beneficial to learn about garlic, vitamin E, cayenne, and hawthorne. And why has the other ingredients been added to the garlic? Well, when you take them and you put them together, there is what's known as a synergistic effect. That means each one of these ingredients work with each other. They become a family. They have a purpose in mind. And that purpose is to help whomever takes it to be benefited from it. Powerful. Okay. Garlic is also used as an anticoagulant to resolve fresh blood clots and has been shown to lower cholesterol while increasing the levels of beneficial HDL. You know, that's what's known as the high density lipoproteins and so-called good cholesterol. Garlic also lowers blood pressure. In fact, according to a study published in Arteriosclerosis, when patients with hypolipoproteinemia ate garlic, high blood pressure declined along with levels of LDL, low density lipoproteins, and fibrogen. An added bonus was that the anticoagulating factor levels increase, reduce the risk of blood clots. Now, let's get here and let's talk about, and folks, this research that we're going to bring up in the next paragraph, now we're going back, let's just say from 1990, okay, to 2020. Relatively about 30 years. So the information I am sharing with you was tested and proven 30 years ago. So with that in mind, the people that were using it then, probably life has replaced them with somebody else. There is evidence that garlic can affect the mortality rate of heart attack victims. Researcher Arun Nora at Tagore Medical College in Udaipur, India, guess what? Arun monitored 432 heart attack survivors for 3 years. These people that had a heart attack, they survived it. And for the next 3 years, half the group, here's half the group, they're drinking juice of 6 to 10 cloves a day. In other words, they're drinking 6 to 10 cloves of garlic a day. Got to be some powerful, good aromatherapy going on in that place. The other half drank a garlic-scented placebo. In other words, they got the aroma, but they didn't get the real thing. The garlic eaters experienced 32% fewer recurrent heart attacks and 45% fewer deaths. I think that's good stuff. The garlic worked. Now, we got to go back to this old bad boy called Hippocrates. I mean, we're talking about way back when, in the year 460 BC, before Christ. Hippocrates is believed to have used garlic to treat uterine cancer. We now know that garlic is toxic to some tumor cells, is being investigated by the National Cancer Institute for its cancer-inhibiting properties. So, 30 years ago, looking into the properties of what cancer can do to inhibit cancer, what garlic can do inhibits cancer. The National Cancer Institute, for its cancer-inhibiting properties, according to a recent National Cancer Institute study of 4,000 people from regions of Italy and China, those who recall eating diets high in garlic and other alums included onions, had a substantial lower incidences of stomach cancer than those who abstain from this pungent herb. Garlic oil can relieve earaches and can heal minor skin disorders. On top of everything else, garlic is good for indigestion. So, what basically could we say are some possible benefits? Maybe benefits. It could happen benefits. Helps prevent heart disease by reducing blood pressure and blood lipids. Could be. Earl Mendel told us all about that. 1992, book published. Also, possible benefits could be helps fight infection. Possible benefits can destroy some types of cancer cells. Possible benefits: excellent digestive aid. And for those who feel blown up and have a gas situation, it relieves gas. So how can you do that? You can actually do something like the Kylolic or other brands of garlic. Aged odorless garlic is the preferred form in capsules. What we're talking about here, preferred form. Take 1 capsule 3 times a day is recommended orally. And what can you do with the cloves of garlic? Stir fry the cloves for a few minutes will help eliminate the garlic breath and aftertaste. 2 to 3 cooked cloves daily will reap maximum benefit. I personally, I like sauteing my cloves of garlic, and what I will actually do, I will take the clove and cut it in sliced, and it'd be little flat pieces, of garlic. And me, you can do 2 things. If you really want to be healthier, get some olive oil. Extra virgin is better. olive oil. Put the heat low so it just does not lose the effectiveness and of the garlic and the olive oil. They both work handsomely together, and to me it's refreshing. Okay? Not something to do every day, but it sure is powerful, especially if you've been in an environment. Now, let me speak this to you this way. If you're concerned about pandemic, if you're concerned about somebody else's germs or your germs interacting, I think garlic is a good place to do it. And I also love the olive oil because I know it's building my immune system for whatever I come in contact with. There are other things, we're not going to get into them today, but I've mentioned them to you. We talk about vitamin D, we talk about zinc, we talk about silver, we talk about rosemary, we talk about, what else you got? Things that are preventive and help build the immune system. And they're actually the thieves' remedy that was used by the grave digger, actually the people who dug the graves during the Black Plague, way back when. That was their death sentence. But what was happening, these folks that were sent out there to bury the dead were not dying. And the king says, what are you doing? You either tell me what you're doing, I'm going to cut your heads off. And they gave the king the formula of the thieves. That's how it got its name. Because the thieves were taking it, burying the dead, taking the money and the jewelry, setting it to the side, and becoming rich. Externally, put a few drops of oil from capsules in ear for earache. There's some other things that the oil can be done with, and that is for sprains, aches, minor skin disorders, and you can rub it directly on affected areas several times daily. Now, I want to give you a little caution when it comes to the garlic, okay? If you think more is better, please, I would recommend do not eat more than 10 cloves of garlic in a day's time. Because basically it said it can be toxic, and sometimes it can trigger an allergic reaction. And if you are a lady that has an infant and you're breastfeeding, please do not use the garlic while you're breastfeeding, especially the regular garlic. You may be able to get by with the odorless garlic, but and you could actually get garlic in the breast milk, and it has been known, and they say it could cause colic. So caution, if you're breastfeeding, do not use regular garlic. Be reluctant to use odorless garlic for the safety and benefit and the appetite of your infant. Okay? That's important. Let's talk about a little bit of personal advice. As research about this amazing herb becomes known to the public, I predict that a new line of odorless garlic formulation cereals and beverages will become very popular. And I think that's going to turn around from 30 years ago to what we're doing now. I think we can make a difference. During the Great Plague epidemic, some herbalists avoided this deadly disease by eating large amounts of garlic and wearing garlic strands around their neck. To this day, we don't know whether the garlic's antibiotic properties protected these people against the plague or whether the foul stench of the herb discouraged others from getting close enough to spread this infection. So, if it is important to you to exercise the 6-foot rule, one way to do it, garlic. One way to do it. Okay. Now, let me find my next page where I need to go here to us. Alrighty. We're going to go to 61, see if I'm right here. How you like that? Wasn't that pretty darn good? I think so. We wanted to make sure we had something available to you that would be very, very important. Now, we have talked about the garlic just about half of our show. And I still believe you want more information. So what I'm going to do now is to help, and we're working with the Kylolic that has the garlic, the vitamin E, the cayenne, the hawthorn berries. Let's deal with the capsicum of the cayenne pepper. Now, very, very important. Capsicum is C-A-P-S-I-C-U-M, or cayenne is C-A-Y-E-N-N-E. Same thing. Contrary to popular belief, hot, spicy food may actually be good for your health. That is, if it contains liberal amounts of cayenne, also known as we refer to as capsicum. Cayenne is used as an overall digestive aid. It stimulates the production of gastric juices, improves your metabolism, and even helps relieve gas. Cayenne is also very nutritious. Peppers in general contain more vitamin C than oranges, as well as iron, calcium, phosphorus, B-complex vitamins. A meal rich in cayenne will have a mildly stimulating effect on the body. According to Dr. Erwin Zement of the UCLA School of Medicine, this hot, stinging sensation that follows biting into a chili pepper, it triggers something. It triggers the release of the endorphins by the brain. Chemicals that relieve pain and can cause a mild euphoria. Powerful stuff, good stuff. Cayenne tea is excellent for cold and chills. Definitely warm you up. Cayenne also appears to have a beneficial effect on blood fats. According to, now listen to this, folks. You thought we were tough talking about 1990s, 92. We're going to go back to 1987. They did a study in the Journal of Bioscience. Okay, you ready for the study? Rats fed a diet high in cayenne experienced a significant reduction in blood excuse me, and here's what you do. Take that, Cayenne pepper. I mean, not cayenne pepper. That one. If you don't like that one enough, then you can get one of those when you buy there. Get one like this. And if that's not enough, some rosemary. Now, disinfect, decontaminate, we just did it all. Okay, where was I? All right, we talked about, according to a 1987 study published in the Journal of Bioscience, rats fed a high diet in capsicum experienced a significant reduction in blood triglycerides and low-density LDL, or bad cholesterol. Capsicum, a compound found in cayenne that gives the spice its kick. Listen to me. It is anti-inflammatory. Cayenne has been used successfully to treat patients with cluster headaches, a particularly painful type of headache. Used externally, cayenne liniment can soothe the stiffness and pain of rheumatism and arthritis. Possible benefits. Ready? Soothes indigestion. Reduces discomfort caused by the common cold. Stimulates the appetite. Reduces inflammation. And a possible benefit would be mild stimulant or tonic. How to do this? Orally, 1 to 3 capsules a day. And this one here, I'm going to find out how tough you are. Tea. A cup of tea can be used for stomach cramps or a cold daily. Prepared teas are available or make it from dried herbs. And you can also make a liniment or a gel on this and rub on affected areas. Now, I need to give you a word of caution. You ready for the word of caution? Okay. Cayenne can be irritating to hemorrhoids. It should not be used by people with gastrointestinal problems. Never apply cayenne ointment to broken skin. Prolonged application can cause skin irritation. If taken internally, do not exceed recommended dose. High dosages taken internally can cause gastroenteritis and kidney damage. So be careful with the stuff. Okay, we done that. All right, let's go. Hawthorne berries. Page 115. Y'all learning? I am. I love this stuff. I'm excited. Let's get her done here. Hawthorne berries. Okay. Garlic. Cayenne. Now hawthorne berries. I like my hawthorne. Long used to treat digestive problems and insomnia. In the late 19th century, European physicians discovered that the berries from the hawthorn tree were also cardiotonic. In other words, for cardiotonic. Hawthorn is rich in bioflavonoids, compounds that are essential for vitamin C function, and that they help strengthen blood vessels. This herb benefits the heart in many ways. It works as a vasodilator. In other words, what does a vasodilator do? It basically increases the flow of blood and oxygen to the heart. It also lowers blood pressure, thus reducing the work required by the heart to pump blood throughout the body. At the same time, it helps strengthen the heart muscle. And that muscle, folks, never, ever stops. And if it stops, not a good thing. So something that's going to strengthen the heart muscle, Hawthorne berries has that reputation. It also works as a diuretic, helping to rid the body of excessive salt and water. So what are the possible side effects of Hawthorne berries? Enhances cardiovascular health. Possible side benefit, yes. Possible benefit, improves circulation. And how to use it orally? Capsules 1 up to 3 daily of Hawthorne berries. And caution. Although most Hawthorne preparations are safe, this herb is also available in a highly concentrated form that should be used only under medical supervision. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. Hawthorne berries. And the next one. Let's see here. Hawthorne berries. Oh, got this page here. Going to the Vitamin Bible. Vitamin E. And we got vitamin E, capsicum, and Hawthorne berries with garlic. Exceptional information, folks. Information to help you use God's pharmacy to benefit the creation you live in that was designed by the master creator, using the elements in the earth to help us be made whole. Powerful. Okay, facts on vitamin E. Fat soluble and stored in the liver. Fatty tissues, heart, muscles, testes, uterus, blood, adrenal, and pituitary gland. That's where it's stored at. Formerly measured by weight, but now generally designated according to its biological activity in international units, the IU, international units. With this, vitamin 1 IU is the same as 1 milligram. Composed of compounds called tocopherols. Of the 8 tocopherols, we're talking about alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, and theta. Alpha tocopherol is the most effective. An active antioxidant prevents oxidation of fat compounds as well as that of vitamin A, selenium, 2 sulfur amino acids, and some vitamin C. Enhances the activity of vitamin A. The RDA for adults is 8 IU or 10 IU. This requirement is based on the National Research Council's latest revised allowances. 60 to 7% of your daily doses are excreted in your feces. Unlike other fat-soluble vitamin, E is stored in the body for a relatively short time, much like B and C. Important as a cardiovascular dilator and an anticoagulant, produces with 25 micrograms of selenium for each 200 units of E. What it can do for you. What can vitamin D do? That's more important than the stuff we just read. Should have just jumped down to that part of the thing. Keep you looking younger by retarding cellular aging due to oxidation. Supplies oxygen to the body to give you more endurance. Protects your lung against air pollution by working with vitamin A. Prevent and dissolve blood clots. Alleviate fatigue. Prevent thick scar formations externally when applied topically. It can absorbed through the skin and internally. So if you need to take, and if you had had stitches, got a cut, scratch, vitamin E is wonderful to put on it to help it heal, and it's been known to take away that scarring and make it just look like you never had that accident. Vitamin E accelerates healing for burns, works as a diuretic, can lower blood pressure, aid in prevention of miscarriages, helps alleviate leg cramps, and Charlie horses, and lower risk of ischemic heart disease, deficiency disease, destruction of red blood cells, muscle degeneration, some anemia, reproductive disorders. Best sources. How can you get vitamin E? We're talking about it, in being in this one particular product is what we're talking about. Wheat germ, soybeans, vegetable oil, nuts, Brussels sprouts, leafy greens, spinach, enriched flour, whole wheat, whole grain cereals, and eggs. Supplement. That's the way of doing it. And things that destroy the vitamin E are heat, oxygen, freezing temperatures, food processing, iron, chlorine, mineral oil. Personal advice. If you are on a diet high in polyunsaturated oils, you might need additional vitamin E. Inorganic iron, which is called ferrous sulfate, destroys vitamin E, so the two should not be taken together. If you're using a supplement containing any ferrous sulfate, vitamin E should be taken at least 8 hours before or after. Ferrous glutamate, peptonate, citrate, fumarate do not destroy vitamin E. If you have chlorinated drinking water, you need more vitamin E. Pregnant or lactating women, as well as those on the pill or taking hormones, need increased vitamin E. And according to Dr. Mendel, I advise women going through menopause to increase their E intake. Mixed tocopherols are recommended, 400 to 1,200 a day. So, what we've done is taken the time on this broadcast, just talk about one particular product, the ingredients in that product, what they're supposed to do, and why this particular one is put together to target the cardiovascular system. And the ingredients in it are there to help us have a better strengthening pump, circulation, and accessibility to it for the cells in the body to give us a better quality of life, naturally, herbally, which is all about. There's so many, folks, I did 3 things. This was my lineup for today that is going to give me some information for us to be able to do on the next show. The other thing, as we learn this information and you figure out that you live in a piece of equipment, I'm referring to my body as a piece of equipment. That means as we have birthdays, as we deal with stress, and folks, anxiousness, and there's a great product we have called Anxious List. helps deal with that, I'm going to call it trauma, because it really shakes us up. It messes us up. So when we're talking about what is it that I could be missing, and if you guys want to spend $35 and come by Remedy This Naturally, make an appointment and we can do our compass reading. It will actually help you with suggestions what could possibly benefit you in your lifestyle. It's available to do that. You know, why is your doctor do blood work? You know, if you got hair, we could do hair analysis. Why is it important for us to know what we are deficient in? You know, first of all, since we are quote unquote in what's supposed to be a football season, and you got 11 people on the field taking the ball, trying to get it across the goal line. Or you have 11 people on defense trying to keep the people from getting it across the goal line. I use that analogy for this particular purpose. You have within you an offensive team that is wanting to work to keep us at the best we can be. And if we know what the offense needs and what it has to have, then the offense can achieve its goal of continuing to work toward the goal of scoring a better quality of life. Now, on the defense, there are things we're exposed to. There are things that we need to prevent getting in our direction, so to speak. And as we prevent things from imposing on us, because we have a barrier, we're going to have blocking, we're going to have tackling what's going on in our life and our health and our well-being, and we're going to be just fine. Because listen to me carefully. If you believe in the creation story, you believe in God, He designed His creation and His partners on this earth to live and not die, to be in good health and to prosper as their soul prospered with being in God's favor. Folks, you and I, if we will get to the prevention aspect of what needs to be done, practice the things that are going to help us. In this particular thing, we talked about the garlic. We talked about one particular product called Kylolic, and it's for circulation, basically. And the circulation is improved by vitamin E, cayenne, hawthorne berries, and garlic. We are designed to be like that little train that says, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. But we're overlooking and we're not getting into what we need to do to prevent stuff from taking advantage of us, because we're building our defense system. You know, need to spend a whole show on basically a toxic less diet. Get the toxins out of our body. And we have a tox-less diet. And it's going to get personal. I mean personal, because we're going to talk about what is it that we're doing that is causing toxicity in our bodies and is causing us to age and to be in bad health because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Folks, with that in mind, I thank you for the opportunity to let me bring this to you. I trust what we have said and what we have spoken will be of help to you, that your life and your health can be the best it can be, and let's prevent the stuff from happening. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. May good health be yours, and most of all, may you enjoy the richest blessing that God has for you, because He teaches us how to follow and become who we're supposed to be in what He's given us from the Garden of Eden. Take care. I'm Claiborne Holtzman. Talk to you later.